All right, top of it, man. This is the last video of the night, man. But this is going to be a good one, guys. I had to actually take some notes for this one. Because as you know, man, the industry is in an uproar. You dig? You know, man, we ain't talked about Puffy in a minute. And y'all ain't heard nothing from Meek Mill. Oh, did I say Meek Mill? I meant Meek Mill. But you know, the industry say that he's now given a lot of names of people who may have been infected with some HIV and other STDs from Puffy. You know, as you know, he's been pretty quiet. You know, he already been thin, and he always feels the need to defend himself. And the thing is, if you've done nothing, you don't feel the need to defend yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? But Meek Mill has been naming names. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the point is, he's given so many names of people who walked away with more than just fun than the Puffy party. Can you dig what I'm saying? They walked away with certain things that they couldn't get rid of. You know, my theory, honestly, guys, my theory with this whole with the whole parties that was at his house, you know, not the freak offs in the hotel, but the parties that he had in his house. My theory is that people were paying a certain amount of money to come to his house and live out their sexual fantasy or whatever their fetishes was. Because as you see, you know, there was a lot of fetish stuff going, a lot of fantasy stuff going on. So, you know, even though you had a lot of the male escorts, female escorts, you had a whole bunch of locked doors and so much personal lubricant, that Astroglide, and so much baby oil. But guys, they did not find one safety pack intact. They didn't find any prophylactics. You have not heard them talk about like not one condom. There has not been one condom in sight. Can you dig what I'm saying? Not one condom. You ain't heard about nobody strapping up. And every video that you hear about Diddy, you know, every man who said that he attacked him said that he was in that thing raw. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to peep what's going on nowadays. You have diseases that you can't get rid of, but you can take pills. You could take all kind of things to keep you undetectable. And see, as Jaguar Wright was saying, man, she claims that Diddy been dealing with this HIV. That's what Jaguar Wright claims. She says that Diddy has been dealing with this HIV thing and other STDs. You know, she's an industry person. She says she has 20 people off the top that she can name off the top of her neck, off top of her head, that is dealing with this and that are undetectable. Now, do I think Jaguar Wright is a little bit out there? Yeah, but she is in the know, and she has been telling the truth all along. So every time somebody sits and tells the truth, man, they got to be crucified like they're some type of liar. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you know, all of us didn't get to see Puffy when he was in court. You know, but those who did said that he has lost a significant amount of weight. Can you dig what I'm saying, man? So like, he's been losing weight, and it's probably due to those STDs, and, you know, he's definitely getting the right medication with him being locked up. Now, one of those first names on that list of people getting infected was none other than your boy Will Smith. Now, as y'all seen been about a year and a half now, Will Smith's personal assistant, somebody who claimed to be his brother, said that Will Smith was on set shooting a movie, and it was his job to always hold down Will Smith and Duane Martin, right? It was always their job to hold down Will Smith and Duane Martin. So he said he couldn't find Will Smith. So he had the keys to both their dressing rooms. And if you don't remember, he said that when he walked in that dressing room, he said Will Smith was on his knees on that couch and Duane Martin was punishing him from behind. He was punishing him from behind. Can you dig what I'm saying? And hey, man, so Will Smith has stood up at a comedy show out in Cali, and he wanted to clear the air saying, oh, I had nothing to do with a Diddy party. I ain't never been to a Diddy party. You know, if you've never been to a Diddy party, you don't feel the need to get on there and say it. I don't see any of us regular people talking about that we've been to a Diddy party or we did not go to a Diddy party. You dig what I'm saying? And the next name on that list was your boy Yos Cyrus, man. Light-skinned dude, young, you know, all young and viral, man, he had been seen with Diddy on vacation. You know, now what type of man takes another man on vacation, just you and him? And he walking around shirtless, oiled up, getting a massage. And they say, you know, he was diddled, you know. And sources say that his girlfriend, well, his ex baby mama, actually caught him in the bed with another man, you know, caught him in the bed with another man. And I'm here to tell you guys something that people don't lie about. Men don't go and lie and say that they slept with another man if it didn't happen. And these women are not out here just making up stories saying, I caught my baby daddy or my man in bed with another man. Because shortly after that, Yos Cyrus started posting stuff on his Instagram talking about how he didn't want to be here. He wished his life was deleted, how he's dealing with so much stuff. You know what I mean? But even on Twitter, he's saying that stuff. So, I mean, hey, Yos Cyrus, hey, we don't know what's wrong with you. But hey, the next one we got to get on, because I don't want to keep y'all too long, is definitely your boy French Montana. Guys, in the comments below, tell me 5 songs that French Montana sings by himself. Tell me 5 songs that he raps about. See, if y'all don't know the history on French Montana, he's a dope boy up out of New York. Man, but what are you doing? You know, that's been Diddy's right-hand man for years. But French, what was you doing at Puffy's table on your birthday, oiled up with no shirt on? And he's sitting up here oiled up with a damn towel over him, and he's singing happy birthday to you all provocatively. Like, and he's talking about this is a very special birthday. Maybe that's the day he took your virginity. Who knows? But then, come on, guys. You know I couldn't make this video. You know I couldn't make this video without talking about Usher Raymond. And for those of y'all young kids, y'all might not know, but Usher, back in the day, his mother signed over custody of him to Diddy when he was about 12 or 13, I don't want to lie. And then that's when he went to Diddy camp in New York. And when Usher was about 13 or 14, he had an incident in New York with his rectum and had to be rushed to the emergency room. And all I'm going to say is after that, we didn't see Usher for a few years. And after that, his mother took back custody of him. And then later on, you know, there was 2 women who actually accused Usher of giving them herpes. And he settled out of court. You know, one was like a white girl, one was like a thick black girl. But the thing is, if you don't have herpes and you didn't get these things, you don't have these things, why would you be settling out of court? But see, that's just a Diddy thing. You know, I believe that a rite of passage for a lot of these people is just figuring, hey, we all got it, so we can't give it to, we can't pass it on to each other. So we gonna stay in this little circle, this little clique, and this is what we gonna do because we all know what each other have anyway. Can you dig what I'm saying? And guys, somebody been stealing my content, y'all. They been stealing my content because, man, if you don't know about Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear, if you ain't heard about that, I have to tell you. You know, back in them days, man, Diddy had transgender people in the Big Papa video. Diddy been on that kind of type of time from the get-go that I come to find out. And we all know that Craig Mack, he caught HIV from a groupie. He said he caught it from a groupie. And what happens with groupies and rappers? Man, they sharing these groupies. No protection. I believe that Diddy set Craig Mack up with the groupie that gave him HIV, which turned into AIDS, full-blown AIDS. And Craig Mack was with his family, you know, living with his family, and he moved his entire family. Craig Mack, when he caught full-blown AIDS, he moved his entire family to South Carolina to live in a cult with the white man who ran the cult. And the thing is, with this cult, they could not leave the property. They could not go seek outside treatment or medical health care. That was a part of living in this cult. So the thing is, Craig Mack, I didn't know he was that old. He went to school with Biz Markie and Eric Sermon. And even when they talked to him, they didn't even know that he died from full-blown AIDS up until the last year when this Diddy stuff was going on. He had them thinking, Craig Mack had them thinking that he had some type of heart problem because he sounded so weak. But if you look at the pictures of him, you can see him deteriorating as time goes on. You dig? And last but not least, y'all, we got to talk about your boy Meek Mill. Guys, let me get straight to it. y'all heard the tape. Y'all heard the tape of Puffy blowing his back out one morning in Calabasas. And how do we know it's Calabasas? Because the security guard who made the tape, you can go pull up the video. The security guard admitted to making the tape. The security guard said that, hey man, everybody was drunk. They was passed out. It was early in the morning, but I don't drink. I smoke. So while they thought that everybody was passed out, he said, I heard a slapping noise coming from the bedroom. And I hurried up and I went to the bedroom with my ear and I turned the phone on and I started recording. And guys, y'all heard that recording. He said, man, it was butt getting smacked and y'all heard it. You know, see, Meek Mill got that real strong Philly drawl. He got that real strong Philly drawl. You understand what I'm saying? And certain words he was saying, which I won't repeat on here. Y'all can go listen to the tape yourself. But it was Meek Mill on that tape getting spanked. Nicki Minaj even co-signed on that. So what I'm saying at the end of the day, man, a lot of these people, man, are not using protection. Right? A lot of these people are on this medication in this industry. And you guys really wonder why people keep switching back and forth and going from one place to the next. Do you understand what I'm saying? From going to one place to the next, because they don't want nobody to know their secrets, or they don't want nobody to know what they have. They hoping that they stay undetectable. So my advice to you guys is to strap it up, right? Have a long talk with people before you go sleeping with them and understand there are more things than just HIV that you can't get rid of. And I believe it is alleged that Diddy has these things because it is alleged that the nursing staff in the jail, they have to use gloves and masks when they come in contact with him because they don't want to take home anything. So that's all I have for this video and for tonight, guys. Hey, man, if you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, hit the likes. Let me get 200 likes on this video, y'all, right? And make sure y'all get notified every time I'm dropping content because ain't nobody articulating this stuff to you the way that I am. Everybody else, they want to play y'all a little video, press pause, and then talk about it. I'd rather just tell you the story. You can see it from my point of view, and you can go look at the video later just to show you that I'm telling the truth because I don't make videos about things out the blue. I just make videos from the stuff that I see, right? And we all know when somebody's lying and when they not lying and what is clickbait and what's not and what's artificial intelligence and not. And I'm so much bigger than that. I got way more respect for my subscribers than that. But other than that, you guys have a good night. Hey, stay blessed, not stressed, and get plenty of rest. And I'll see you in the morning, church.